السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. We have been studying the section Saat of the Qur'an, and we studied up to 26th verse. So the 26th verse says, O David, we have made you a vicegerent on earth, then judge then between people with justice, and do not follow vain desire, lest it leads you astray from the path of God. Those who go astray from the path of God will have a severe punishment for having ignored the day of account. It means Yawm al-Hisab. This is interesting. Why is it interesting? Because David, as we have seen last week, gave a judgment by using his general sense. Everybody is inclined to think in the same way, but the Quran describes it vain desire. It is something to be paid attention to, because if I just look at the word and see the word in a general sense, not being precise and not taking notes of the guidance of God and remembering the guidance of God and having a life principle that I have to act, I have to make judgment according to the will of the Creator rather than according to my own perception, with a good intention even, not a hidden intention, bad intention, vicious intention. No, with a good intention, looking at the case, saying, it seems to be, as the story presented to us, two brothers, they are just brothers, and one of them 199, something of 99, the other one is the same kind of thing, but one. And the one who has 99 asks the other one, give me the one as well. Definitely, we didn't hear what his claim was, but what his defense was. Why did he ask to give him the one in the story is regardless. And David, as a human being, at first glance, looked at the matter and said, come on, you are being very greedy. Let your brother have one as well. It seems to be innocent, but the Quran says, look, what are you doing? You are the vicegerent on earth. Vicegerent means Khalifa in the Arabic language. What does it mean? I mean, acting on behalf of somebody, acting with the permission of somebody. Now, the authority doesn't belong to the vicegerent, or let's say vice president. If the president doesn't authorize his assistant, his vice president has no authority. That is one interesting point. And also, vicegerent must take always notes of the president, if you like. This is just an example. The president, because he has always to remember he is acting on behalf of the president. Although he may use his own innocent feelings, but it is not enough. His having an innocent intention is not enough. He has to use the criterion of the president. The Qur'an says you are following your hawa. Yeah, it means really vain desire. It may be a desire, normal, innocent desire, but it is vain, has no base. This strikes my attention and makes me feel a bit really serious about my life, because my desires must have a base. Empty, have a desire, no base, no foundation. So I have to look for a foundation for my judgments. It is the main human responsibility. I feel that the main human responsibility to look for the foundation for his or her decisions, purpose in his life. For example, the following of the verse also gives a hint. Having ignored the day of account, which means consequences of your life. And you have to define your life in such a way that this life is not going to end with your death. It will continue because it's a purposeful creation, purposeful act. Definitely needs a conscious maker or the decision maker behind it. So you didn't know anything. You were brought into existence as a human being, and everything is provided for you, and then you are going to be taken away. You cannot live here as you like, as much as you like, etc. You find yourself in a completely different, ready set, which is the universe for you. Quran explicitly says we have created the heavens and the earth, all of them together. I think the verse clearly states that وَسَخَّرْنَا لَكُمُ السَّمَاءَ وَسَخَّرْنَا لَكُمْ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا مِنْهُ. It is so interesting. All of them, whatever in the heavens, whatever in the earth, whether you know or you don't know, you may realize, you may not realize, but they are all functioning for you, to help you bodily and also emotionally. Your feelings are fed by them. Cannot be accident at all. Everything is perfectly fitting each other. So we have to take it seriously, and we have to say, look, on behalf of who I am acting in this world, it means with the permission of whom I am acting in this world. Who is bringing me in this world, operating on my life, and presenting everything to me. We have to ask this question continuously to ourselves, remind ourselves. It is not a simple case. We have to take the words of the Quran seriously, actually, in order to really get into the importance of the word. At least we have to have a general idea about the teachings of the Quran. What does it say really? What is the main purpose of the Quran to teach me? If I pay attention to this kind of concerns, I will find out that my life is so meaningful and there is a really very deliberate purpose in my existence. So I can make most of my life. So vain desire leads us astray from the path of God. Path of God is the owner of this universe, our creator. So it means we are vicegerent of our creator. He gave us permission to use the universe any ways we like, in any ways we like, but of course we may deviate from his will. He left us free. Here you are, enjoy the house of the universe, fine, but we may destroy the house, of course, in our mind, physically as well, but this is in environmental disasters, this physical problems of the world that human beings are causing. These are minor things, but the biggest, the most important thing is really deviating our, or spoiling our purpose being in this world. That is the most dangerous thing that we can do in this world. So the following part of the verse says, those who go astray from the path of God, if I don't really do my job properly and take notice of my position in the world properly, and don't realize that I am acting on behalf of, with the permission of my creator, the creator of the universe, who brought me here and treating me as a honorable, free guest. Honorable, free guest, because I am left free, as if the creator said, I trust you. I gave you enough capacity to take care of yourself. If you use it, I trust you, you will do your best to fulfill the, in our analogy, your position as a vice president, so that you will fulfill the purpose of the president in administering or in creating this world. This world was created for me, and I have to use it in a way appropriate to its purpose of existence. And I am giving the tools. That is why we are honorable, which is called the spirit. All right. If we go astray, it means if we make decisions or live in this world in general by following vain desires, then what will happen? We will have a severe punishment for having ignored the day of account. There is something interesting. Why? There is a result. We are going to be taken into account for what we have been doing here although we are given the tools or endowed with the necessary equipment to act in this world in an honorable way, an honest way, of course, honest to our Creator especially. So we always follow why He created me, and don't ignore it, forget about it, and say that I can do anything I want, I am free. Now, that is really very dishonest choice. So what happens then? God says, look, you know that, you feel that. This world is a transient being, you are experiencing it, and also you know that you are free here, but not with no meaning. You are free for what? You can do anything for what? I gave you everything, our owner says, but I am giving the tool again to ask the question, why am I giving all these qualities? That means I can guess that I think there must be, that's why death is there. Death is there. No. If there was no death, I would say, here I am, free, finish. But since there is death, it is a good reminder, very useful reminder. I'm thankful for the Creator to create death for me so that I can take notice of my responsibility, knowing that there is a real purpose there. I am going to, after the training, this word, of course, we are set free. At the end, I am taken away. Taken away for what? Why? Since I'm given existence, why am I taken away? For an account. What we have done. I gave you everything that you needed to be honest for the purpose of your existence, and you just ignored it and started acting on as you like without taking into account that you are going to be really taken into an account. So we have to remember that, look, for example, let's be a little bit practical for myself. You can think yourself as well. For example, I'm doing something here. Don't I have to remember, it is very human, why am I doing this? A person goes to work and does certain job, and he knows, innate, he knows that I'm doing this job so that I will be paid, or whatever, there will be a recompensation for the work I'm doing. And then I will take care of my life. I will take care of my other times, apart from working, etc. That's why I'm going there. No one goes to work. No one goes to the market with no purpose at all. Even someone says, oh, I'm bored. Let me go and stroll around in the marketplace. That's the purpose as well. Just to forget about his boredom, whatever it is. We have to do it. If someone comes to you and asks you to do something, if you don't know the why this person is asking you to do, the first thing you have to ask is, do you want me to do this? So for what? I mean, it is human. It is innate with us. We cannot ignore it. So why are we here in this world is an innate concern and question. We may suppress this feeling deliberately because we don't want to acknowledge that we are the vicegerents. And instead, I'm going to be president by myself, as if I am the owner of the universe. Some people buy into it. I don't know why. How dare they do, but no, I can't. I'm sure you can't either. So let's move. But let's see if you don't have any comment or question, I am keeping the participant on the side. If someone raises the hand or opens the microphone, I will just respect it. So I'm trying to arrange how to use the screen, learn it. Now, it seems to be okay now, but please feel free to share any concerns, any questions, or doesn't make sense, etc., depending on you, I mean, how you feel it. So I will continue to the verse 27. So the verse 27 says, when we have not created the heavens and the earth and all that between them, heaven and earth, without meaning and purpose, battle for nothing. Oh, excuse me that I asked the verse. Why are you jumping from one point to another? You were talking about David's example. And then you turn out think that, hey, be careful. Don't pass judgment on, or don't act on vain desires. Know yourself, what situation you are in this world. Just check yourself who you are, and then think about the end of your life. Do you think this wonderful world and wonderful life ends up with nothing by death? Definitely there is a purpose. Everybody is free, especially in the college life. You can easily see that you can attend the class or not. I mean, professor takes notes of it, but doesn't, for example, if he sees you in the, I don't know, canteen, it doesn't say, sorry?
Like sees you in the hallway?
Hallway, yeah, okay, thank you. In the hallway, he doesn't say, hey, why didn't you come to the class? Come here and beat you up. No. He says, hi, how are you? And passes. Like that. It seems to be. You say that, oh, look, I didn't attend the class. Yep. Although I am a student in the school of the universe, but I didn't attend the class. Professor said nothing. It means the owner of the universe says nothing. It's just similar. So you say, okay, I can declare my independence, do anything I want, ignore the system of the education, or education system of the universe or a university or the universe, the same thing in our example. And think about the future of your life. First meaning and then the future. Okay, I took notes of it, I understand, but now suddenly subject change. This Quran jumps from one point to another. Many people who study the Quran with their conditioned mind claim this. They say Quran is not consistent at all from one point to another point. Let's see what is going on here. Suddenly, the Quran says we have not created the heaven and the earth and all that between them without meaning and purpose. What does it mean then? Then that is the assumption of the unbelievers. Unbelieving in what? That they have an owner, and this owner honored us and set us free, as if he trusted us, because I have the equipment, enough equipment to know who I am. And because he gave me this, okay, use it, but gave me the free will. I may not use it. As if my parents put me in the university education system. Here you are. This is your education system. Prepare yourself for the real life after graduation. And then left me because I'm old enough I'm an adult, old enough. I know where I am. I can really guess what I am expected to do here. So the parents trusted me and left me in the university, and then went. I know there are there are classes. I know I have to attend. I can know. I'm conscious of myself that much. Even I am an unbeliever. Still, I know that I have an intelligence. There is a class here. I have to take notice of the teachings. That's why I am here. But I may ignore it because I'm free to ignore it or to confirm it. But the Quran says, no, no. I gave you the example of David, and I reminded you the end of your life, the purpose of your life, and you are going to be taken into an account. I always prepared everything for you here, but you may not still take it seriously. Let me remind you from a particular example of David or somebody else in the Quran. There are many other examples that we occasionally study them. All of them are for a universal purpose. Here we come to the universal purpose here. That is why we cannot read the prophetic stories for an individual case, individual example. No, no, it is an example for everyone at every time. We can see that, hey, I'm telling you the story of David here. You may think that there's an historical figure and he experienced all this and he did a very bad job. Okay, blame on him. And then nothing to do with you. No. Soon after, remind us that no, this is a universal message. So we created the heavens and the earth on and all that between. Do you think that without any meaning and purpose, batil, for nothing, empty purpose? Is it possible? I mean, if you go to a house, a simple experience, or if you do and watch the world and you see there is an insect, this is for nothing. Or if you go to a house and there's a room and there are some things there, it is for nothing. You can investigate, you have to look for the purpose for it. So we have to understand that the example given on a person is the source of a universal message. That is why we have to get the universal message in the story of David as well. So it is a source of example for me, source of information example, so that I can apply it to myself like every other human beings can apply it to themselves according to the requirements of their time. Now, no one comes to me and asks me the same question. Looks like simple question, but we understood that it is a very essential question that we have to be very careful about passing a judgment, and not on vain desires, our own vain desires, but on the will of the Creator. It means remembering the Creator, remembering the end of our life, saying that, look, there's a purpose for my being in this world. So when I am passing a judgment, I have to remember what is the point in it. Why the president of the universe, if you like, owner of the universe, put me in this position? What does he want me to do? So use my abilities given to me to understand what he really wants me to do here, rather than what I want to do as as it appears to me at first glance. So take notes of the Creator, remember it never. So it is a universal message. That is the assumption of the unbelievers, thinking that the universe just happened to be by itself with no meaning. Only those people, unbelievers, it means kafaru. Kafaru means, everybody knows that kafara means to cover up, etc., to cover something up. So the farmer puts the seed under the soil. That's why farmers are the kafir or the kuffar. So because they are covering up the seeds, but the farmer knows that as a result of the putting the seed there will be 100, 1,000 more of the same kind of the seed I put there, presented to me. There is a purpose in it, but kafara means not for a good reason, covers up the truth in order to really suffocate it. But where is the truth? In religion, as far as the Islam is concerned, in the Qur'an? No. These are the outward examples of it. Inward example, truth within it himself, herself. He expresses his feeling. He expresses the message he gets from his feelings, emotions, which is called from his heart or spirit, from his human side. Can't be meaningless. The life can't be meaningless, can't be accidental. And they said, no, I'm not going to listen to you. What I understand the meaning of here, this covering up, is covering up the reminder from within myself, and by using my free will, and as a result of free will, we have the option to confirm what is innate in me, or to cover up or suppress what is innate with me. That's why those people who don't want to admit that, they are vice presidents, if you like, president in the honor of the universe. Just an example, simplifying the vicegerent. What does vicegerent mean? Someone may say, we don't use this language. Correct, we don't. Now, I haven't seen anybody, I am the vicegerent of something. They say, I am the assistant president or vice president. These are the familiar language for me. That's why I prefer vice president. So vice president of the universe. I am acting because he gave me the freedom to act on his name, but following him, and gave me the tools to understand what my creator wants me to do. These are the tools I may use, I may not use. That is freedom given to me. That is, if we were not free, we wouldn't be honorable guests of the president of this universe. I am not free. That's why we are set free. But of course, there is an option. I may use this freedom in the way that I can hear from my inside, and look for an evidence from outside, looking at the universe, investigating it, and also seeing that, well, there are more than what I can perceive in the universe. Also, if I start wondering, what are they? For example, this is there. It shouldn't be meaningless, but it seems to be meaningless. What shall I do? Now, when we look at the universe, I see that everything is really, everything has a purpose. Everything has wisdom in its existence. But how come? Wisdom never comes from the matter itself. Matter has no quality, like wisdom, like knowledge, like free will, choice. And the accident, what is accident? There is no accident in the universe. There is no accident in the universe. No one can ever show that something accidentally happening here. But of course, people can claim, but they cannot prove. I can claim everything, but I cannot prove. There must be an evidence. There is no evidence for accident in the universe. That's why no one can. There is no evidence in the universe. So in our existence, as far as we can see here. So those people who cover up, that's why they say, the universe just happened to be with no meaning, no purpose, just happened to be eternally like this. It will continue like this. For how long? Oh, endless, endless. It is so careless, so irresponsible response. This is the way of covering up kafara. One's innate inquisition, questioning, inquiring. Of course, the meaning is there. Oh, the purpose is there. Meaning of the universe is there. There is definitely something here. So how terrible the fire will be for the unbelievers. So so it is beautiful. Why? Because fire, how can I explain it? Of course, we have to see the sign of fire here while we are suppressing, ignoring the foundations of our existence in the universe, which means purposeful creation. And that's a gift given to us by the owner of the universe and honored us as a guest here. Everything is prepared for us. So let's continue. We understood this. That's why unbeliever, but now fire for the unbeliever. As I express my feelings, what happened? What happens? Then within myself, I start feeling stress, but I have to make it as if appear justifiable for my denial of my own reality. In order to do that, I have to struggle to find out an excuse to justify myself. But look, this thing is happening in this way, and just happened in 10 million or 6 million years ago, such an incredible, unexpected evolution. How do you know? There is suddenly 6 million years ago, what they said, then human race appeared to be in the world because of the fossils. And why? But there is an explosion, something explosion. There are two kinds of explosions they refer to. From where? It happened. So it happened. Ridiculous. Okay. Now, from inside, they are not comfortable. That's why they struggle to prove. It means to invent, make up excuses for it. Of course, the believers say, oh, feel comfortable, man. Relax. Look at the universe. Can't be meaningless. Nothing be meaningless even if you look at an, I don't know, a pair of glass, a cup, water glass. Look at it. That's a meaningful, purposeful, conscious action that conscious people did it for you for a purpose. That's obvious. Everything. So the existence of all these animate beings or inanimate beings, all this wonderful structure of the subatomic worlds, and also wonderful structure of the universe, galaxies, millions, trillions of galaxies, and just 2% of the existence. Guessing, human guess. So this is what meaningless, okay? Try your best as much as good luck. But inshallah, we understand that the Quranic message is just a help for us. Just a reminder, as the Quran keeps saying that it is a reminder, reminding what is within me. And also, so I am guessing, I am questioning what can it be, what can it be? Quran answers the questions, human questions. You see, after hearing the answer, oh yeah, it must be so. Otherwise, my existence would be meaningless. No comment? Nothing? I will continue then, in other words. So.
Dr. Ali?
Yep.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Tasnia. May I kindly share something?
Of course, I mean, I have been asking you to come along. Go ahead.
So, so today, subhanAllah, I just logged in, and like this verse is a really it's a miracle. It's a confirmation about this conversation my husband and I had this morning. So my husband and I, we both, you know, love everything about like stars and galaxies. And he was telling me about like, so without getting into too much detail, like, so there's this cosmic radiation, and there's a picture of it online. And scientists recently found that this cosmic radiation has an axis, and that this axis aligns with the axis of the solar system, and they can't explain it. And so, subhanAllah, you know, when I heard that, like that, and then this verse here, like it's, we have not created the heaven and the earth and all that between them without meaning and purpose. It was like, to me, it's like, subhanAllah, like I just feel like, you know, like just what we see out there in the universe, and you know, with all this technology, like it's like Allah is just putting his like signature, his stamp, and like showing us how perfect and how precise everything is. And yet, you know, subhanAllah, like, you know, in this realm of science, we still try to find an excuse for not having a creator. And I found it very interesting and kind of funny that they call this axis the axis of evil. Like it's just like, I don't know, like it's interesting that they use that word evil, because it's almost like in them what I see, because like this confirmation comes to me too when I hear these things, that there has to be a maker who created everything so perfectly, everything in alignment, and he's revealing that, like in this moment of time, he's revealing that knowledge to us. And yet we still want to deny that all of this happened, you know, like, you know, it just happened out of nowhere, random and chance. So I just wanted to share that, because when I saw you talking about this verse, it just reminded me of this conversation that I had this morning. And I've been thinking about this the whole day, and I've just been in awe. And I'm like, okay, yes, this signature of my creator that I see out there, like this perfect alignment, and then this verse, it just all came together. So jazakallah khair. Thank you. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I liked your vocabulary, saying that God puts his signature, God put his stamp everywhere. So it is interesting because Quran uses the word ayah, which really means signature, stamp. Everything is an ayah. But because we human beings always fall into our familiarity. For example, a molecule of air, a drop of water is a signature as well. How come? then the universe has water, matter, air, light, magnetic field, or cosmic rays. The people, I'm very, by the way, I have to share my feelings. I am very thankful for atheist scientists. For myself, I'm very sorry for them. You will be surprised why. So now let's get ready for the next verse. Why am I thankful to them? I say, I take pity on you. In myself, no one listens to me, and I don't really speak to them. Even I want to speak to them. So who are you? Well, you are not a scientist. You are not a professor, or you are not doing any very serious. You don't have a published paper, so they don't really listen to those people like me. So I'm just arguing within myself. I said, I'm very thankful to these people. First of all, they find out the wondrous signatures, I'm borrowing your word here, signatures of the Creator, and presents to us. Although they don't appreciate, they cover it up, making an excuse saying that it was an explosion. 6 million years ago, an explosion happened naturally, and the things suddenly jumped and evolved into life, in living beings. Why? We don't know, but there is an explosion. That's why explosion caused in this jump in evolution from matter into living being. Okay. Good for you. So this kind of, as you mentioned as well, the people observe the universe, observe the subatomic world, and brings all wonderful, wonderful evidence for the signature of the Creator, unique creation, no imitation, renewing the things every time, every now and again. And I'm very thankful for them. Their interpretation comes next. This is the first reason why I am thankful for them. The second reason is their interpretations. I see the stress under the tongue of those atheistic interpretations. Stress there. Why not? These people are, how do you say, conditioned. These people condition themselves with the idea of God and everything created by God. Everything is created by God. No, they don't have to. Why? You see that they are developing. Oh, of course, I see that the computer is also working. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have an engineer, but the things inside seems to be acting consciously. Yeah, it seems to be acting consciously, but is it possible? Is it arranged in this way? Isn't it arranged in this way? As a human being, don't you see that? It is so obvious. When they try to make excuse for their denial, for their covering up their innate, if you like, cry from inside, no, stop. The stress on their face, not comfortable, and trying to make excuses. Just look at the universe. You don't have to be a professor. Just look at them. I mean, if you don't like, look at the bird, sparrow, simple everywhere. Not simple, abundant everywhere. So look at the sparrow and see how conscious it is. So do you think the matter produces consciousness? It's a trouble for them, by the way. So they are trying to reduce matter to brain activities and equating it with reasoning, etc. Even the reasoning is wonderful. I cannot reduce it to matter. Source of reasoning is the matter. This is ridiculous, but that's what they say. Their uncomfortable, stressful excuses claims to explain the things, wonderful things, and reducing them to not meaningless, completely accident, wonderful creatures. I mean, I cannot compare it to that wonderful airplane accident. No, a fly. One is, I mean, infinite times more wonderful than the airplane. Why? How many engineers, how many years the human beings working to make the engineering? An engineer cannot reproduce. Engineer cannot change its own parts. I mean, the airplane cannot, suddenly comes into existence, an ant or a fly, and knows what is, there is no pilot, just itself. I say, thank you for your meaningless, irrational, biased interpretation and attitude. I see how the news I get from my creator is confirmed by my innate capacity that, again, the same creator has really endowed me with this capacity to understand the message, and my message and my capacity just corresponds to each other. If only I learn it, I am very comfortable that definitely belief in God and the message of the messengers is really human and correct. I can confirm it. The third thing that I'm thankful for the scientists is that as a result of their use the Quranic example, God says, I have created the animals for you. I mean, this is an insulting word in daily language, but that is how the Quran describes it. I don't mean to insult people. The animals for your use, for your service. So they served us this machine, telephone, although they make some money out of it, but it is really transit matter, but we are benefiting from it. You see, I am in my house, you are in your house, sitting very warm, inshallah, comfortably, and we are communicating because of the work of these people with the language of the Quran animals. So I'm very thankful to them for these three reasons. For the moment, three reasons. Allah is using, I think Agabe wrote something. I'm sorry. Let me read this comments in the chat box so we can go to the verse 28. So I think we should tell scientists that they are discovering those amazing things by accident, nothing to do with you, man. Well, that's an accident. What a good job. Thank you. Ziba says, Allah is using them without their knowledge to help. Employing, I would use, Ziba, I think you would agree. Allah is employing them without they meaning it. They meaning it to help increase believers in their iman. Correct. I mean, I agree. That's why I feel. I said, thank you. But I am very sorry for you. That's why. Thank you. We are sharing the same feeling, Ziba. Thank you. So let's see 28, verse 20. Would we treat those who believe and do righteous deeds like those who spread corruption on earth? Because they have to try. Or would you treat those who are the God conscious in the same manner as the wicked? Yeah, muttaqin and fujjar. So would we really treat them equally? We understand that definitely not. our typical example, conventional example, school. Those people who attend the school, do their homework and assignments, and take notes, pay attention to learn. And there are two different results now. One is at the end of the education, it means graduation, they are given the certificate of success, which is the Qur'an says muflihun. So success, certificate of success, we call it degree, right? Certificate. When they go to the real life, get into the real life, they put the success certificate on the wall and said, look, I have graduated, I am a qualified, authorized, something, whatever the profession they preferred. Okay. But another thing is, while during the education, they are learning and enjoying the pleasure of learning, developing their human qualities, becoming more and more aware of what is going on and aware of their capacity as well. Because as we learn, we understand that, oh, I have been given this capacity. So the reward is, in the school system is very clearly understood whether you get the degree and be successful in life, or you don't get the degree and be miserable in life. All right. In general, I'm not really saying that if you graduate from a university, you are a wonderful man. No, it's an example. Use it as an example. If you want to be successful in your profession, you have to have the degree. In order to have the degree, you have to do something. It means do your assignments while you are in the university. So we understood that. But while you are taking the class, learning, you enjoy the learning. Although when you attempt to learn, you have to work, you have to concentrate on, but after you learned it, you are really happy. So you say, I know this one works in this way, I know how to do this, etc. You are very happy with it. So exactly the same way, the treatment between believers and righteous people and those vicious, wicked people and the God-conscious people are not treated in the same way in this world and also in the hereafter. We have to understand this, but unfortunately, what appears to be here in reality, we see a lot of believing people, those say we believe, are suffering from various things. I wouldn't call them straight away illnesses. Some people may not accept and like it. It is a kind of, stress is a kind of illness. Anger is a kind of illness. It means really not being well. It means appropriate person. Something is wrong, it means. And also unhappy. Why? Not because of their belief. They are unhappy. We have to bear in mind that the reason for being unhappy, lack of the application of belief. That is important. Lack of it. If someone really believes in God knows that everything is prepared for him by a merciful creator who brought him or her in this world with, as a result of his mercy. Who can say that the universe should be given existence? Who can say that? What part of the universe deserves by itself to exist in this world? So, of course, the one had to give me existence. I deserve it. Nothing. Every second, almost, we breathe in, and all our system, physical system, works in harmoniously, perfectly, and we don't deserve it. Why my lungs, my, I don't know, kidneys, my digestive system, my nerve system? Can you imagine nerve system? Every cell is in connection through the material brain, but this mechanism has been given existence freely. We deserve nothing. Nothing. As soon as we are brought in this world, God teaches us, so for example, the verse says, let me remember the verse, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمْ نَشْأَةَ الْأُولَى فَلَوْلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Definitely you learned, عَلِمْتُمْ, you learned the first creation. It means your baby, your life, fetus in the womb of your mother, and coming brought into, you cannot come, you don't know, but you are brought into this world. Everything is prepared by a conscious creator. So when you are mature enough and ready to survive in the atmosphere, you are brought, and then you start breathing. Everything is gift, endless gift, endless. Mother, father are striving to make you happy. So you can see the mother and father, especially after familiarity is our worst enemy. We just forget after 4th and 5th birth to our child, it becomes normal. But the first child, oh man, everything is, the parents are ready to sacrifice everything in order to protect this baby. Why? Not only human beings, all animals, they are ready to die in order to protect their babies. Why? They are just, I'm thinking from this denier's perspective, meta. Why bother? It's impossible to explain. Anyways, our gift, you don't have to force them, your parents, that you have to take care of me, take care of my health, take care of my temperature, take care of my nourishment, etc. No, mother has the milk, exactly the first born baby needs a very heavy, whatever the nourishment in the breast, ready. Who makes it? Accidentally happened as a result of explosion 6 million years ago. Good morning. So welcome to hell. So, I'm very sorry for those people. So they are really wasting their time and energy. It's a wonderful work, but the result is just denial. Anyways, all of them are prepared for us. We have to understand that everything is a gift for us. Nothing is that we deserve. And yet, we don't really attend the class and learn. Unfortunately, those people who claim to believe in God, they believe in God, but they don't apply it in their life. They don't really act as belief in God requires. That's why the failure comes from negligence or ignorance of the content of their belief. Unfortunately, ignorance and not being well educated in any religion is very wide in the world. So we have to thankful to God that at least once or twice a week we come together and say, what's going on in this world? Let me see what my Creator says, whether it makes sense to me, and it is a guide that I can learn from it. And Alhamdulillah, at least we are trying a little bit, but I'm sure you try in your personal life more, at least sharing it together. Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. I think we have to stop here. Very happy to have this kind of conversations with you. It is an opportunity for me really to reflect on the verses even more. Okay, Bismillah. I think I have to stop here, but if you want to tell me something else, comments, questions, concerns, otherwise we have to stop. I see nothing happening from your side as well. Okay, we will conclude. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وآخر دعواهم and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة. Thank you very much for joining. Inshallah, I'll see you Wednesday, next Monday, Saturday also, Saturday in the Eastern time, 11 a.m. in the UK, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.